And a good day, all of you. Jean Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Ramble and Chats, back again with you. Another Beverage Ramble edition. Today, we're looking at the Grateful Dead. The Grateful Dead Juicy Pale Ale. An American Pale Ale style. Comes in at 5.3%. As you see, the 60th year of the rock band, the Grateful Dead. Don't ask me about their music. I know they're a very popular band. I know the lead singer passed away in 1995, Jerry Garcia. I know the three surviving members. I think did an interview with Anthony Mason of CBS News. They're a very popular band. I know the late Bill Walton would talk about them a lot. And of course, I think now, well, for a good while now, the band that's kind of eerily similar to the Grateful Dead is Phish, P-H-I-S-H, not F-I-S-H. So, I'm only song I remember for them is "I Will Get By." Dun, 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 dun. That was kind of really, that was what came out in '87. I really on MTV and all that. But their music never really put out records. They did, but they didn't sell. They were more of a live act. And yeah, that's all I know about the Grateful Dead. So anyway, this is from Dogfish Head, and so this is the 60th year. The band is celebrating their 60th year together. But this beer's been around for a while now. Grateful Dead Juicy Pale Ale. I think it was 86, very good on Beer Advocate, and 3.8 out of 5 on tap. As you can see, my beer is a little chunky because I had it in the freezer for a good while. Should have taken it out a little earlier, but it's probably going to affect my sensibilities on this. Pale Ale took us on to an exploration of goodness, starting with a generous dose of Kernza perennial grains, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Kernza perennial grains, and granola for a beer bursting with good karma. Enjoyed notes of bright citrus and tropical refreshment. Now, people will look at this and says Juicy Pale Ale, thinking IPA, but so here's some snacking, some cheese right now. Here's the beer. Looks like, again, it's a little chunky, a little bit of this because I had it in the freezer. Should have taken it out a little earlier, Mr. P. We didn't do that. The beer looks like, as you can see, a lot of head, a lot of foam. You smell the citrus. You smell the very bright, very citrusy. A lot of head up top. So, Dogfish Head, of course, we all know. Sam Calagione, brewery is based in Milton, Delaware. Founder and owner. Joined forces with the Boston Beer Company, Jim Cook, of course, people behind Sam Adams, Boston Lager, American Light, and their Oktoberfest and some of the other well-known beers. I think that merger went in effect with 2018 or 2019, so don't hold me to it, folks, on that memory. But again, everything's always about distribution and exposure. So we get Dogfish Head pretty easily here in New Jersey, and even when I was living in Georgia and when I lived in Alabama, Dogfish could get with relative ease. So that's what with these mergers and partnerships happening. It's all about distribution. So yeah, the head's pretty much gone. So all right, let's do it. It's not an IPA, folks. I will say this, even though it has some of the flavors of an IPA, but it's not. Nice flavor, and going good with this cheese. This array of cheese that I bought at this supermarket right up the street here. Very refreshing, very crisp. Definitely get the notes of citrus. Some tropical fruits, I'm guessing, and then pineapple, some guava, mangoes, and different things, you know. Type of hops they're using, it's just kind of interesting, but this tastes not bad. You know, this is my first time trying this, so you know, I do like pales, but the more well-known pale ale, obviously everybody knows, is Sierra Nevada, that you can find just about anywhere. That's the more universally known pale ale. Trying to think of another one. Sweetwater 420 pale ale, and if you can find Sweetwater, and I'm surprised Sweetwater is not up here. I haven't seen it. Some of the stores I've gone to, and that's kind of surprising, knowing they're owned by a major health food company which has a large distribution. Some of the other beers that Tilray owns I can find here. Sweetwater, surprisingly, is not. Don't know why. What's going on? Get all the type of grains that they're using, but you give them the bright citrus flavor. Extremely tropical. This is really quite good. So, Dogfish Head, of course, we all know, is 60-minute IPA, and which is their signature, their flagship. You got the 90-minute, which is their Imperial IPA. The Worldwide Stout that they do, which is also superb. I think they do a 75-minute, I believe. But the 60-minute and 90-minute are probably their two signature beers that you can get. I can get them anyway. I don't think I've done a rehash on both of those yet. Maybe I might do a rehash. You know, all about content, right? Put it out there. Strong pungent cheese, a good burger. You could pair this pale ale with. You would think you're drinking an IPA, but it's not. I think the big difference with this one and a pale and an IPA, they're not using a lot of hops in a pale ale. IPAs use hops, quite a few. Depends. There's your difference. If I'm wrong, then let me know. But I think that's the difference. Hops, there are hops in this, but not a lot. IPAs use a good, generous portion of hops. And you can tell in the bit where it goes down how bitter it is and how piney it can be. So there you go. Ta-da! Science 101, Math 101, History 101, whatever. Good cheese. I might go buy more of this cheese later. Get something to take home for later. But as I mentioned, breweries in Milton, Delaware. So if you're there, try it out. I think this is a really good pale ale. So I'm gonna go I go higher with the score. I go 8.7 on this one. So 8.7. Beautiful art design, as you can see. The Grateful Dead Juicy Pale Ale. Check it out. If you're in Milton, Delaware, swing by the brewery, grab some, or any package store, liquor store, grocery store, specialty store, whatever it is, grab it. Dogfish Head, Grateful Dead Juicy Pale Ale, celebrating 60 years of the Grateful Dead. And if you go to cbs.com, you know what, I'll probably post the interview on my down on the channel. Y'all can see it. They did a profile on the band. Anthony Mason, I think he did do the interview. I remember watching it. So the remaining surviving members of the band. But anyway, Grateful Dead Juicy Pale Ale, 8.7, B+ for me, really good. Check it out, try it. I'm sure you like it. Jean-Nelson Pierre, the Beverage Rambler and Chat. So you can keep on watching. So always cheers, live, laugh, and la 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 la. The Grateful Dead, I Will Get By. But there are other songs you can figure out. Yeah, so there you go.